Um, I'm back at it. Uh, this video. I'm just getting we're just getting straight to the money. I'm not gonna you know talk too much about just random stuff. I'm gonna just show you kind of what I've been doing and what I've been doing and as far as my trades and everything goes. Uh, I'm still rather new at everything. Um, I've done videos in the past, but this is new territory for me as far as trading goes. Yes, I've talked about it, discussed it, but we haven't went over really anything technical. So let's get into the money. So today, what I want to discuss, things are going to be sporadic until I get my feet wet and figure out exactly how I want to do things. But the videos will get better. It will get more strategic or more, uh, in a channeled in a certain way. It's a little geared towards, topics and whatnot. But I just want to get videos out there. Simple as that. So however they look, that's how they look for right now. But bear with me, they will get better. So enough of that. So today, what I kind of want to go over is some of the trades that I've taken. Um, so primarily, what I've been doing is, if you can see over here, um, I've been, I have been, let's see, uh, well, let me take that off there. Let's close that out for right now. So I've been going between gold, NASDAQ, US 30, and the S&P 500. I've been trading those markets. That's where I've taken, I believe, around $300 or so up to around $1,300, somewhere around in that area. It was over the course of some months, but that's the most money that I've made. Excuse my dog. We have two dogs. Um, that's just the little one just barking. She barks at everything. So, uh, but these are, like I said, these are the four asset classes or markets that I've been using. I'm still going over. This is my master watch list. I have the indices here. That's what I primarily have been actively trading. I've taken some trades a day. I'm green on some, and I'm red on. I've lost two, and I'm currently red on some as well, and we'll go over that. Try not to make the video that long, so I'm gonna be kind of speaking quickly, um, and kind of going through some things. That way you get, an understanding of what I'm doing, kind of what I'm about, and I won't, you won't be here that long. So so like I said, I primarily watch these. These are gold, obviously the commodity indices here, and that's primarily what I've been trading because I found a different way that has been able to make me uh, a couple of dollars, and so I have a certain theory, and I'm trying to play that theory out, and so we'll see how that goes, and I'll touch a little bit on that. DXY, obviously, we know what that is. We just look at, the dollar, just just to get a sense of the value of the American dollar. Uh, we have gold, I mean silver right here. We don't do anything with silver right now. I'm not doing anything with silver. I just like to look at it uh, just to see kind of what silver is doing. ETFs right here. I have long-term investments in some around $950. Not much. I was dollar cost averaging into them, but different things happened, so I had to stop that. But I do need to pick back up on those. So these are all pretty much primarily Vanguard, and this is SCHD that I've heard about. Pretty much a dividend. I believe it's an ETF. Yeah, ETF. Um, and so we have crypto. We watch Bitcoin. Of course, I have some. Well, I'm trading Bitcoin or investing in it, I should say, through the Robinhood app. So I have, a few dollars in there. We check AI out. I'm invested in there. Uh, and we look at stocks. I haven't done anything with stocks. I really do want to. I really want to trade stocks, but I want to get my. Uh, I need some capital. I want capital. Yes, I could trade it through options, and I deal with them dabble, but options is not necessarily. You need a little more capital. At least for me, from the research that I've done, you need just a little bit more capital to be able to uh, trade options. So I'm not necessarily a fan. I'm more so geared towards the forex market simply because it's a low barrier to entry and people can uh, make money. Get in, with a lower amount, potentially take it to a higher amount, and it's good for beginners because they can get in there with $100, $200, and just kind of get their feet wet and um, hopefully make some money and learn and figure things out. Now these are the traded assets I just have. The pretty much another. It's kind of hard to explain, but these are the same markets, the same commodity indices that I've been actively trading, but they're from different brokers, and they are closely they're the same thing, but they're different brokers. As you can see, this is the Oanda. Uh-oh. My computer's gonna die after a while. I still have a little time. So this is Oanda. These are Oanda markets. So this is XFCM. If you can see over here, this is Capital, and over here, this is Oanda. And so these markets, when I click to these traded assets, these are markets that pretty much resemble the exact, pretty much they resemble the exact markets that I already have. And I did that simply because let me close out that. I did that simply because I wanted to, just in case I want to mark up something different over here. Just if I'm teaching, because if I'm in the schoolhouse doing substitute teaching and I'm talking to different students, then that way I could kind of show them without all of my stuff on there, all of my markups. These are the major pairs, and these are the minor pairs. I'm still working on, I believe I alluded to in one of my videos about finalizing a strategy that I want to stick to, and I'd said that I wanted to trade. What was that? I wanted to trade uh, like FX Alex G or similar to that style. Pretty much break and retest. I haven't taken this course. I haven't. There's other people out there. There's a guy named Real Brian H on YouTube that I've been looking at, and There's a female. Those three individuals that I just mentioned is a female. I forget her name. She's on YouTube. Um, FX Alex G and this Real Brian H gentleman. They all trade similar styles, and it's pretty simple to follow. Pretty easy. So I'm gonna click this icon back. That way we can go through it. So pretty much we're on the, and I'm just lost, over, kind of what I'm doing and what I'm looking for. So this is a daily. Anybody can see that. Hey, this is a support and resistance line where price tends to meet up and either bounce off, above it, you're buying, below, the market is going down. So, and then how I did that pretty much, hey, went on the line chart and you can see where price meets up. These apexes or these, points right here. You got one, you got two, you got three, and then you have one close here. And uh, so I drew that there. So that gives me a reference point. And if price breaks through it, I wait for pretty much a retest, which I'm waiting for up here, and hopefully to sell to the downside. And so let's see. This is the daily chart here. This is the weekly chart. But what I'm doing is I went from the daily chart down to the weekly chart, and I'm pretty much waiting for price to come up because as you can see, it broke through this support. So now I'm waiting on a retest to hopefully take it back down or take it to the downside. So it's pretty simple. I have some indicators here, and I erased it earlier. At least I thought I did. And I really don't need this one. I just turned this one off. This was for like if you go into lower time frames, you can see the colors on the charts. Are pretty much this is the Asia session, London session, and this is the New York session. So this if you're trading by sessions. I haven't utilized it in a while, but I was at earlier point when I was trying different strategies out. The ICT, yes, I've tried that. SMC, all of that. So so the two um, let's see, the two indicators that I use are the 50 EMA, and then I have fractals. As you can see, the fractals are, many people know, but just in case you don't know, fractals are these arrows on the top here. So so that's pretty much what I'm doing on that end. And then also, and so as far as what I'm actively trading now, so this is my Hanko Trade. This is another broker that I use. I have two brokers. One is Hanko Trade, and the other is Oanda. Hanko Trade, yes, is unregulated, but I still use it. I've been using them for a while. I mainly just use them, or recently this year started using them a little more heavily because it allows me to be able to trade um, the indices and gold, and I can get into Bitcoin as well. But Bitcoin is a lot of money, and I don't have that much money. So hey, I had to get in where I fit in. So as you can see down here, these are the positions that I have open currently. I have about, let's see, one, two, three, four gold positions. This is pretty much, I'm just position trading, just finding a good place to get into uh, the market and pretty much ride the wave. I like the indices, and gold is because it already has a built-in edge. Pretty much we know that it's going up. Our job is to figure out how can we ride the wave, just like the surfer. Hey, you waiting for the wave? How can we get in on the wave? And that's my goal. Because in my mind, the rich seem to always get rich because they find the wave. They always have their ears to the streets, so they figure out the wave and they just ride the wave. It's simple. And so I'm in the S&P 500. Yes, we had a dip, but I believe this is my personal belief, especially with me doing some back testing and whatnot. It looks as if the market likes that 4% dip range, and so uh, that's where I got into the market. That I measured the move, the downward move, and it looks like it had hit the 4%, and now we've had a couple bounces, and so I went in and I got some in there, and US 30 and NAS. So I lost two positions in US 30 and NAS. Let me see if it shows it. Yes, I lost this. So this is $56 and this is $40, and so I lost that earlier today, and I went back in, and it's when I found out that I had lost those trades, I went back in immediately and got in again because now it gives me hopefully a better price, so that I get in at a better price to potentially ride the wave to the upside. So I have all those positions open right now. As you can see, I have around one, two, three, four, five, six positions in the green, and I have two positions in the red. This is S&P. I'm not necessarily worried about this. My stop loss is at a decent place, so I'm not necessarily worried about this being in the red because if we look at the S&P 500 right here, this is a daily chart here. Let's go to the monthly chart. When we look at the monthly chart, we can see that the S&P 500 has been pretty much bullish. It's since inception. Almost it's just going up, making higher highs and higher lows, and going to the upside. So I'm not necessarily worried about it being in um, red right now. I just believe that hey, we will the market will find some support, which I believe it did here. Because if we take this measuring tool here and go from here, the market dipped at around, it says 3.34%. And I believe that's, especially with the movement, the way that the market is moving now. Let's see, get rid of this. I believe that, hey, this could be potentially a double bottom. So I went in, got in a little early, and my stop loss is, I believe it's below here. So I'm gonna go to my other chart. The reason why I didn't want that to be shown is because I wanted to get some other things out of the way and kind of, have the video structured in a certain manner. So these videos have, or these markets have a lot of, a lot of lines and stuff on it, and it can be kind of messy as well. And so that's another reason why I didn't want to, bog, the viewers' eyes down, a lot just and get confused over, until I'm ready to explain exactly, my methodology. So, but you can see kind of quickly, this is where I got in at around 46, 130. Oh, no, no. So I'm going to go to the S&P 500. So this is where my stop loss is. So these are all the positions that I got in. Here, I was, pretty much green, but I got out early in these trades simply because I believed that the market was going to take. This is when I got out early because the government had closed, and I believed that the market was going to do something crazy, and it wound up doing it. So, um, but the market, the reason why I got in where I did, which I got in, you can see this position to it here. I got in right here. My stop loss is kind of almost below uh, the very low where the market, took a dip after, the trade, I guess, classified as a trade war with China or over the tariffs. And so market is, came down here, but I was going to wait until the market broke this high. Let's see, broke this high here, but I decided not to because I wanted to get a better price. So, in which hopefully I did. I'm just hoping that the market doesn't, come back, tap me out. But even if it does, bingo, I have a even better price, and I'm looking for the market to, reclaim the highs. And so we can see here almost every dip, the major ones, we were at 3.5% here. We were almost at 4% here, and then this 4% here. This is when the market took that big dip earlier this year when President Trump came into office. So we have some dips throughout the market here, and let me go back here. So we have some dips throughout the market. Here, here, we got here, down here, and these are between 3.5 to 4%. So this market here is around, three and some change. And so I was like, okay, well, the market could potentially be done retracing. So let me, or going to the downside. So it now looks like it could have found support here, and we might be heading towards the upside. So that's why I got in there. So this video is very long, and I do apologize. There's a lot of things I kind of wanted to get out, and hopefully, if you're confused on some things, hey, just put it in the comments. I'll be able to clear, whatever you have, whatever question you have up. And thank you all for watching.